see three women out here, and this song I made for every beautiful woman in Ghana. So let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my woman, Ghana woman, I know they like your body, they feel me so. Yeah. Oh my baby, Ghana lady, I know they like your body, they go on too much. Yeah, oh yeah. See that you want me in Ghana. The body I come out, and I the one I get from you. I want to be your lover. See what lady Ghana, yeah. Me I the one I get from you. I want to be your lover. Oh yeah. Your face in front, your face in front, back, shake. Your face in front, your waist, front, back, shake. Listen, take from Kumasi to Jama, and London to Ghana. Nobody get body like you, yeah. They make her they sing Hosanna, and they shout hallelujah. For a long time you not say I would never lost. You, see girl you are made in Ghana, original baby no China. Yeah, woman me put in Africa, I make her start your money forever. Yeah, if you see my baby, yeah, tell them say nobody there beside. I know oh na, see girl you are made in Ghana, nobody in Ghana. Me and the one that came from you, I want to be your lover. See my made in Ghana, yeah. From you, I want to be your lover,
As a matter of fact, the countries that don't have it and the people who are disenfranchised are referred to as disenfranchised because it's like there's a good thing out there, you can't be a part of it. So everything digital and all the benefits that it comes with simply speaks to the fact that it's a good thing. Whether or not we discuss the bad aspects and its repercussions are tied to what you want to do and the negativities associated with it. But everything in this world really, it has the positives and negatives, but ultimately it's for the positive good.
Richard, one would say that if you had a better chance of being a huge star without the digital platforms back then, because you had that focused mindset of whatever you push out there. So is it again good thing or bad thing?
I think the digital space is like most of the greatest things in the world. It's the best thing to have ever happened to the world, and also the worst thing to have ever happened to the world.
Right.
Okay, the advantages are so many because what happens is now the world is literally a global village. Anybody can sit in their small corner and reach everybody in the world with just the press of a button. So it's made our reach so much even bigger and further than we could have even fathomed from the beginning. But at the same time too, there's no control system, there's nothing, there are no guidelines, nothing. So whereas at first you could become that biggest star by calculating and putting out the right content. Right now, you can somebody can shoot a movie for $5 million, $10 million, put it out there, and it will get as much attention as somebody putting their phone in their room with their white painted wall. So, yeah. So there really is no control. I mean, who here knows Kelly? Come on, you all know Kelly.
Hey, too many guys are raising their hands. Too many guys are raising their hands.
If any lady is not raising up their hand, it's because they're just jealous. I mean, Charlie.
All right, let me go to Elizabeth. Don't play. So, in all of this, do you think that now social media, digital space has replaced traditional media?
Maybe 80%. I wouldn't say entirely, because I've seen some artists actually blow off social media or maybe certain TikTok or whatever it is, and the media now picks it up. It's become like a leveler, right? So digital space is putting certain artists or certain people or creatives in a state who do not have certain opportunities in the same space as artists that actually might have that kind of opportunity. So yeah, I would say 80%. I think so. It's not.
That's heartbreaking. Some of us came from radio, and they don't do that. All right, so now that we've established that, look, it's here to stay. You can't get away from it. You can't try and say, hey, we're going to radio, we're going to TV just alone. You have to add the rest. How do you, and I still to you, how do you enhance? How does one, this is more advice that I'm asking, because you're in the music space, a heavy music space, don't play.
This project, believe in me, life's a certain point. I know they see nobody. How they live, I can tell my boy every day I can make that money. How they boy I come from Takrade. Baby, I be saying I did. I call yourself I did not boy to maintain. I share my in my foot in my seat. If I'm a first second, I say boy. But Jimmy, I call me pie boy. How they boy like I ain't enough game. Cause my boy, I'm okay. He no be muff, I know they are. Rich gang, remember me at all. If I got everybody ready, reaching links to my chin to my ear. Never try to touch man them. Poof poof with the anthem. I can make it rain on them. Before I put the blame on them. Never try to touch man them. Poof poof be the anthem. See I can make it rain on them. Before I put the blame on them. See Holy Ghost, fire go bend them more. See we later. More success and more dough. More money and more show. Yeah.
The industry night is just over. They are done with what they had to do on stage, and they've got a lot of knowledge and talent. But there's one of the panel members. Have we, as a creative industry, taken advantage of the digital space and social media as it is purported we have to?
So for me, as I mentioned on stage, I worked with an IT company for like 10 years before joining Charterhouse fully. And one of the things I know for a fact is most of us hear about technology and its advancement, but we don't offer ourselves to learn about them. And the truth is, a lot of things keep changing, and they change on the go. And for as long as we are not learning, we can never take advantage of technology. So for example, a lot of people are holding iPhones in their hands. That's about the equivalent of land somewhere. And they're probably using like 10% of an iPhone, or even an Android phone, and they're using about 20% of the phone. Meanwhile, the phone has got so many capabilities, and we are just not applying ourselves because we do not learn about the phone, the functions it has, the apps, and how to maximize them.
Let's say Kiddy's song, Touch It, has 23 million views on YouTube. There's no TV station in Ghana that has reached that number of people.
I understand. So the 23 million, are they from Ghana?
But that's the point, and that's the point of digital.
Exactly. So all we're trying to say here is this. We are speaking about Ghana. We need to understand.
No. We are speaking about the Ghana entertainment industry.
Good.
Wait.
Ding, 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 ding. Round one.
We're not speaking about Ghana. And you know why I'm trying to cancel the point you're making? Because we've spent, my own hasn't been long. It's only been 15 years. But I've seen people who've been in this industry for about 30 years. And the question they've been asking for so long is, how do we go international? Okay. We're at a point where...
Richard, no, just before you get into that space, the question he asked was about consumption. Yes. And the consumption is here. You understand? No, if he's talking about global consumption, we are going to introduce some dynamics which I don't have facts on. So now I'm speaking about Ghana.
Do you think that Ghana, where we've gotten to, digital media is the thing now, and it has overshadowed traditional media?
Of course, digital media is so convenient. It's so easy to track listenership, use. So digital media will replace traditional media, but the music itself is the same. The content. This is just what holds the music. In my lifetime, it's been records, it's been cassettes, it's been mini disc, it's been CD. Right now, it's digital, it's streaming, but the music is still the same.
Has digital music outdone traditional music when it comes to music promotion and, when it comes to our creative space?
Traditional music is not fighting digital music in any way. We are, everybody is trying to harness the future. Tradition is not fixed in time. Any tradition that is fixed in time will die. Every tradition must adapt to the present and look to the future. So I don't think, in fact, probably the first people to embrace digital in Ghana will be the traditional musicians, because they understand that, so tradition and modernity have never been in conflict. They are only in conflict in the mind of a colonialist. I understand that my tradition is part of the future, it's not part of the past. So why should I have any conflict with modernity or the future?
Okay, so they can both work hand in hand, traditional media, digital media.
No, what I'm saying is traditional media is dead. But that doesn't mean that traditional music will die with traditional media. So let's differentiate between the media and the content.
Well, I think we live in a global village. And to be honest, I thought the young people were switched on because I saw people with mobile phones on the internet. But I've heard that some people are behind, which was a surprise to me. But having said that, I think the young people now in Africa, not just Ghana, in Africa, they've got all the opportunities to realize what the digital space is affording us. Unlike 20 years or 30 years ago, where we live in a purely analog world, now it's a global world, and I think Africans, wherever we are, have the opportunity as long as we've got internet.
Has education gone on well in Africa with digital space, with social media, in connection with what we actually do and where we find ourselves in the creatives?
Probably not. But what we need is to see some leaders. And I think often people do not know what should I say, possible until they see someone. So if we have a few shining examples, for example, let's go to YouTube, where the mayor, having 1 million subscribers, has encouraged a lot of people to become YouTubers. By the same token, if we see Africans really doing well in the digital space, that will say, oh, if he can do it, I can do it. So we need a few leaders or role models.
Well, with your company, what's the name of your company again?
BritishBlackMusic.com, Black Music Congress.
What actually do you do there?
Right. We promote British black music because often we look at America, we look at Jamaica, but our focus in black music down in Britain. But I'm also a Pan-Africanist, so I also look to engage with the Pan-African music.
I thought they came for themselves, for the union, but for themselves from day one. So if Abo was the worst because he got all the resources. Musica is an NGO. All these monies that we got, like the popular 2 million from government, $100,000 from Dr. Kofi Amwa, monies that come, Star Ghana, Ghana Music Week, week activities. Even when they do Ghana Music Award from Charterhouse, there are some checks that they collected. All these things, we don't see nothing. We cannot even boast of one plot of land. One plot. If Abo didn't do anything, he could have bought lands in the regions for us to kickstart. Even if we have to start with a wooden structure as an office, we have our land. But nothing. That's why I say he's the worst. He got the best opportunity. He got a lot of people to be with him. I was with him. I gave my all for him. But he rather enrich himself and making the union like a doormat.
The groups, Musica, Gamro, they'll be able to help. But I think it will be more individualistic. Because if the group is pushing and you do not have a solid idea that will merit you being able to become a recipient, then you get my point. Then you are not going to benefit from it.
So in effect, you are saying that the groups should access the funds rather than the individuals. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that the individuals should access the funds through the groups, but they must come with creative ideas. That are sustainable, because otherwise we will have to come back again to the begging table to beg for grants, and they will not be able to do anything. So yes, individuals must be creative, and then it is also the group's responsibility to encourage the individuals and help them with proposal writing, strategic document, and create a sustainable plan that is worth the consideration.